Hey, hi, and welcome back to my Runescape 3 Ironman. I am Sir Yaba, and today we're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff done. So, I haven't been able to play in a while because I've been fighting sickness and a few other things, and so the Halloween event has officially ended, and it is actually the first day of the double XP week. And as an Ironman, that doesn't apply to me. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to start working on those quests that I had mentioned in the last episode. We're going to knock out a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to start grinding, and we're just going to really start leveling this account up. So before that, I actually spent some time doing the Fish Flinger's Distraction and Diversion that I actually remembered from a super long time ago, so I wanted to try it out again, and I was able to pick it up pretty quick. Then after that, I started on the Runespan, which is an alternate way to level up rune crafting, and it is super fast. I believe it's supposed to be faster than normal rune crafting. And then I had a challenge for the Hero Pass to catch 800 fish, and I went ahead and did that because I'm trying to work on the Hero Pass before it gets removed from the game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start that Night Sword quest. And should just talk to the... What is that? Hatomanes? What? We're just gonna... There's just an angel here. Okay, alright. Here's the squire. Alright, so we're gonna start the quest. We need red berry pie and 2 iron bars. We have the iron bars, and we can evade level 54 enemies. So let's go ahead and start doing this. Right, one other thing that I actually figured out is I actually unlocked the Halloween overheads, but I also got the necromancy overheads. So you actually just go here, tab down, and then you have the different overhead emotes. We got the RuneScape pog face. I like it a lot. So the Night Sword quest has you helping out a squire in Falador to help him replace a sword that he lost. Now, it's a special kind of sword, and you need to find help from a special dwarf that knows how to work with the special metal to make this special sword. But to get the dwarf to like you, you have to make him a red berry pie, which is not really something you can buy, so I had to make it by hand. So, while doing the Night Sword, you need to make a red berry pie, and I decided to do the Night Sword quest at the same time, just to kind of knock two birds out with one stone, because I'm doing the same stuff anyways. And I was over here, I was about to grind the flour, and I found this guy, Beefy Bill, and you trade him, and he has like all of the things that you need for the red berry pie, and like some training stuff for these cows. But I just think it's really cool and kind of interesting that, like, you can be super optimized in RuneScape 3. If you knew what you were doing, you could grind and do all this stuff like crazy, crazy, crazy fast. And of course, you can't forget about the statues. So we helped him carve it. We got to 47 construction and got 2 prayer levels. So now we're up to 18. Alright, there's another super easy quest done. All you had to do is get him an egg, some flour, and a bucket of milk. So he can make a cake. Super easy. Right, one other thing that I realized in the last episode, I got the Draconic Visage, but I didn't explain what it was. So this is a super, super rare drop that you get from high-level dragons that I should not be fighting at level 20. I'm now level 25. But what it does is you can actually put it on a shield that makes you somewhat immune to Dragonfire. And Dragonfire in RuneScape has special kind of properties where it hits really hard, like crazy, crazy hard. And so some form of Dragonfire protection is required. I'm actually going to need it for a quest that I'll get to later. But getting the Visage allows you to upgrade the basic shield and make it into a Dragon Fire shield, which is significantly better. There's also different things that you can make it to in RuneScape 3, so I might need more than one, but when it comes to old school, it's super, super, super rare. So one of the things that you need to do for the Knight Sword quest is you need to come down here and get some of this blue right ore. Now, this ore is only found in this cave with these ice warriors, and luckily I can hide behind this little thing and these level 54 guys just can't see me. It's great. Holy cow, that got me from 17 to 30 smithing. That's a lot of smithing XP. I'm glad I did that. Okay, so I'm about to start the What's Mine is Yours quest, and it tells me that it is fully voice acted and features atmospheric music and effects. So I'm interested to see what this is. Alright, so it says some combat equipment is recommended, maybe some food, and we get some XP at the end. Alright, so let's go ahead and start.
You'll help me. Thank you.
You are welcome. Let's do this. Their faces look really weird, super close up. Alright, another quest down.
Please. There was a red. The imps would have spread them all over the...
I decided to do the imp catcher quest, and they changed it. Instead of you going and killing imps, you talk to imps at the 4 elemental altars, and they keep throwing up on me for some reason. I don't know. Well, even though it was only 875 magic XP, it was still 2 levels, so now we're up to 21. Get a whole bunch of new stuff. And we got the Amulet of Accuracy, which gives us a ranged damage bonus of 15. That's pretty good. Cool. So, on to more quests. Taking a quick moment, I was actually told in a YouTube comment that these Infernal Ashes are for scattering and that I should use them on the Chaos Altar, so we're going to do that and get some free prayer levels. Okay, so this is much more than just a little bit of XP. Each one of these is giving me 219 XP in prayer. So after using 40 of them, we went from 18 prayer all the way up to 29. Holy cow. When I finished doing the prayer grind, I remembered Dungeoneering, and I said, you know what? Dungeoneering is probably one of, if not my favorite skill in the game, and it has been since it came out, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to do Dungeoneering. Now, while I was recording it, I realized it was really hard to see, and I figured out how to change the skybox so it is brighter. It doesn't normally look like this, but I made it a little bit brighter so that's easier for you guys to see. I then came back to this boss, fought her again for I think the 3rd or 4th time, and just got rocked. Then I tried to make myself a better weapon, and between a 2-handed sword and a maul, I said, you know what, the maul or the 2-handed hammer is much cooler. Made it, and then found out that I can't actually use it because my strength level's not high enough. So, came back, got my revenge on another floor. We got up to 8 Dungeoneering, and then I remembered that you can get to higher complexity floors. So I actually backed out and rejoined, and made the things more difficult. Summoned our first helper in a dungeon. Fought some bosses that I actually remembered how to beat. Freed a guy from an ice prison that I believe is important way later in the game. Did some skill checks that I could not do. That needs 103 fire making. And then got to 24 Dungeoneering, where I decided to take a break. This is about 4 hours of Dungeoneering. Once we finished Dungeoneering, I decided to work on Slayer a little bit more to get my combat a little bit higher. So we had a chickens task, then we did ghosts, and I used thrown weapons for the first time. Okay, so I made myself steel +1 armor and +1 weapons, and while I was doing that, I got a mimic kill token, so we're going to attempt this, even though it's probably a bad idea. We're going to try it. What the... Not super satisfied with my performance at the Mimic, I decided to go back to Slayer and angrily kill slimes. Then I needed to create clay pottery for one of my daily challenges, and I remembered there was these urns. And so I decided to make fishing urns because I still needed to catch some more fish. And so I made the fishing urn, and that's a way to get bonus XP while you're doing the action. So while I was catching fish, you fill up the urn with bonus XP, you teleport it off, and then with the one that I had, I think I got about 350 XP, just basically for free. Once I finished, I decided to do the waterfall quest, and this quest is pretty easy. It has you trying to help a child who's looking for a treasure. Then you find out there's a cave behind the waterfall. You go get a pebble from a gnome. You steal some ashes from a burial site. And then you get into the waterfall using a magical amulet. You run into the back of the cave that's behind the waterfall, find a shrine, use the correct runes on the shrine, put the ashes in the chalice, and that's the whole quest. There's actually not really any treasure. Despite not having any treasure though, you do get a ton of attack and strength XP. So with this XP, I got into the 30s, almost 40 attack, and I decided to do more quests. So I chose just kind of randomly to do the Rune Mysteries quest. And this one also got changed. So you get a key from inside of an organ to go underneath the wizard's tower to find out some lore. You get sorted into a house. Then you capture some little wisp things that are destroying something. I don't know.
Break my concentration once more and
You make an old guy angry by playing the organ too loud, and they fix the problem, and that's it. We've done a whole bunch of quests. We still have not finished the witch's house. We got our funny little hat, and then I was looking at the quest list, and I looked at this blood pack quest, and I actually vaguely remember this one, so it gives some basic XP, but we're gonna go ahead and do this one and just continuously knock out more and more quests. Something else that I learned was that this challenges is the daily rewards, and the things that I was looking at before were like the beginner challenges, and so I just wasn't doing them because I didn't think there was anything to them, but I realized that once I finished them, I actually unlocked this. So after we finish this quest, we're gonna go do all 3 of these and try and unlock some of this stuff. And we're going to do more rune span so that we can start unlocking Viswax, because I know that becomes very, very, very important in the future. This quest is really short, really easy. It's kind of like a welcome to combat, here's how to play the game quest. Okay, so that was very obviously meant to be like the first quest that you do. So I did all of the daily challenges. I guess this is like my first set of tasks. So I just went to Birthrup, mined some iron, made a steel two-handed sword, and then just made some of the super basic wizard armor to complete all the tasks. Super easy. I'm assuming it's probably because I'm really low level. No big deal. But I am curious. I want to see what I get out of here. Distraction and diversion reset token. That's cool. Okay. And some oddments. Okay, cool. All right. We'll take that. I took a quick pit stop at my fort to build the chapel, and it is really cool to see this many people here in game. Now, it is double XP week, and everybody's using these like AFK dummy things, which is kind of lame. It's kind of sad that that's kind of what the game has devolved down into, but you know, it's still people playing the game, and I'm still happy to see it, so it is what it is. So, I was doing Dungeoneering, and I was really enjoying doing the summoning, but I can only use the first level thing because I'm still level 1 summoning. So, one of the reasons why I was doing Slayer was because I wanted to get some of the charms so that I could level up summoning. But then I remembered there is the Wolf Whistle quest, and looking at the rewards, you get 275 gold charms. That's like insane. So we're gonna go do that like right now before we go do Runespan. In the Wolf Whistle quest, you meet with the Summoning Master, and he asks you to rescue his assistants. And in order to do that, you learn how to make pouches, use the pouch to summon a Wolpertinger to scare some trolls, and save his assistants, and get rewarded at the end of the quest. Alright, so we got to level 4 summoning for free, and we have these gold charms. Now, the way that summoning works is you have to have the charms, you have to have those spirit shards, and you have to have like a tertiary ingredient. And so you like put them all in the pouch, and then you make, like, you infuse it on this thing just like you do in the quest. And so we're gonna see what we can actually make. So there's the different types of charms, and most of the time the gold ones are not super good. I remember, I think the red ones come with a lot of the aggressive ones. But we can make the Dreadfowl, which is like a magic casting chicken, but we need the spirit shards, which kind of acts as like a payment, charms, which we have, pouches, which we buy, and then raw chickens, which is of course super easy to get. So let's go ahead and use maybe like 20 or 30 of these gold charms and see what level we get to. So I'm gathering raw chickens so that I can make more Dreadfowl pouches. It turns out I'm gonna need a ton of them. Like, I'm gonna be using almost all of my gold charms, it looks like. But as I was killing chickens, I got this offhand rubber chicken, which I don't know if that's super rare or not, but if it is, I'm sorry, don't hate me. I think it's great. I guess this is gonna be my skilling offhand, but, you know. Cool, I guess. Back to killing chickens. We ended up using all of those gold charms, all on chickens, to get to level 16 summoning, and then once you get to 16 you can start making these granite crabs. So I'm just using off the rest of what I have left, and now we have a few more things that I want to do. So one of them is I want to go do Fight Arena real quick. and then I still need to get started on Runespan. I keep forgetting to do it, and I'm going to make this real quick. Of course, stopped by the circus and got to 30 magic, 16 ranged, and 21 agility. And then something that I noticed and it made me remember is they made it, I forgot, in RuneScape 3, your farming patches can't die. Which is like super bizarre, but it kind of makes me sad because it feels like it devalues the skill. Because you can just kind of, you know, you keep growing something without fail, but, you know, whatever. I still like farming, so I'm still going to do it. One of the last quests that we worked on was the Fight Arena quest, which is famous in old school for being a way easy early game quest to get a ton of XP to start your account. I just realized this guy still has the old character model. It looks really cool. And so during this quest, you agree to save a father and a son by fighting different waves of enemies for them. And this ended up taking a long time because my accuracy was just super low. On finishing Fight Arena, we get another 12,000 attack XP and some thieving XP, which we needed, I guess. So we got 4 attack levels, 2 thieving levels. So now we're at 40 attack, which means we can use... I don't think we can use rune. I think it's adamant. Yeah, it's adamant because they changed it. But still, we're moving on up. And once we finished the quest, we returned back to Runespan, and I'm going to be grinding runecrafting up till level 50 so that I can enter the runecrafting guild and start working on Viswax, because I know that's going to be really important. Now, there might be a little bit of a break in the RuneScape 3 videos because the Trailblazer League has come out in old school RuneScape, and I have started playing it, and I'm going to tell you it has been so much fun. So, in the next couple of episodes, we're going to continue working on our quests, we're going to keep building this account up, and we're going to keep having fun with RuneScape 3. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.